Hey everyone, Dan Edmondson here with another tip. The tip today is on excellence. And what I mean by that is I recommend that you try to commit yourself to excellence. And oftentimes people think, oh yeah, I do that. But do you really do that? Are you really committing to making your paintings be the best that they possibly can be? And how do you determine what that is? Okay. And that's really probably the biggest question here. How do you determine what excellence is for you? And what I recommend you do is you search artwork that you like, right? And you figure out what it is that makes that artwork look appealing to you. And then you say, okay, how can I incorporate that into my work to make it as good as possible? And I think too that when we commit to excellence, it's a mind shift. A lot of times too, you're thinking, well, I want to paint this beautiful painting. It's fun. I want to have a great experience. And when you're done, or when you're sick of it, or when that you say, okay, I'm done. And I've seen people at all levels do this, even established artists do that, and they're just like, okay, I'm done. And really committing to excellence isn't adding any additional pressure to you. And I think this is a really important key, because I've made a tip recently that said that don't go into your studio with all this pressure on you and all this extra stuff of what you have to create. And this kind of sounds almost as though it's diametrically opposed to this concept, or these two things can't align, but really they actually don't have anything to do with each other. Committing to excellence isn't anything. It's not adding any more pressure to you or anything like that. All it is saying that painting is not leaving my studio until it is excellent. And it doesn't mean that you have to have any more pressure on you. It has to be any more of a hassle to do the painting. It's just you keep at it, and you keep looking at it, and you keep working with it until it reaches this point of excellence that you're striving for. And I really think this is important for me to get across to you, because it doesn't mean that painting has to be a drag or not fun because you commit to excellence. It just means generally you'll spend more time on it. And instead of looking at it a second time and seeing what you can do to fix, you'll look at it 5 times or 6 times more. And a lot of times that doesn't account for a lot more time. If it's amazing what you can get accomplished in a little 15-minute sitting where you come back and look at a painting later. And I really see that in a lot of work with my students a lot of times. And they'll say, they'll literally say to me, can I just be done with this? And I'm like, well, yeah, you can be done with it. That doesn't matter to me. Have you reached a point of excellence is what I would think I don't say that to them, but have you reached the point of excellence you're trying to achieve? And they're like, well, no, but they're just sick of it. And, if you do anything too much, you get sick of it, right? So you set it aside, and you come back later, and you just keep working it and working it and working it until you get these paintings to look the way that you want. And again, I tell you, it's not going to add that much more time to the painting, because you are you only do it like 15-minute little sections at the end, maybe at most a couple hours. And then what it'll do, because at the same time it'll speed up your painting, because you have said, okay, now I see how I take this to the next level. And then in the future you'll be just committing to that when you paint anyway, and it'll be very easy to take it to that next level. So anyway, my point is, commit to excellence. Don't let anything leave your studio that isn't excellent. And I think, again, you'll enjoy the process more, because you'll be prouder of what leaves your studio. And just because you're committing to excellence doesn't mean it has to be a drag at all. It's almost like, when you say I commit to excellence, it doesn't really change your process at all. It just kind of changes the point in which the painting is completed. You know, instead, you would still enjoy the process. You'd still paint the same way. You would just maybe set the painting up in your studio on a shelf or something where you can look at. I do this all the time. And you look at the painting for a week or a day or a month and just keep making little changes until it looks the way that you want it to look. All right? Anyway, mostly keep it fun, but really create beautiful things that you're going to be proud of and that are going to be something that's going to be around for hundreds of years. Have a great day.